Hello, fellow World of Warcraft fans. Today I want to share a quick opinion. I think that at this point in the season, the Vault in World of Warcraft Midnight is absolutely useless. And the whole thing has shifted from a feature that people used to be happy about to something that's actually rather useless. At the same time, I want to share a few thoughts on how this could be improved to keep it relevant even later in the season. Please let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. Again, this is not meant as a criticism of Blizzard or anything like that. It's a relatively new development, and yeah, let's just get started. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and let's get started. We first got the original form of the Vault back in Battle for Azeroth. Back then, in your main story, I still remember there was a little chest standing next to Alor. You could open it, and there was an item inside. So back then, you couldn't choose. Then, over time, it kept getting expanded until we reach the standard we have now. Depending on how many activities you run, you can have up to 9 items displayed in there, and you can pick one of them. And I'll say this, for raids, even at this point in the season, I don't think the vault is total crap. I'm not raiding right now, but I've raided Mythic for several years, and I have to say there are still trinkets that are very, very rare, even with bonus rolls and so on. Sometimes you have situations where, I don't know, all 16 of your DPS on your Mythic raid roster are going after the same trinket. It drops very, very rarely, so there were seasons where I finished without ever getting that particular trinket. So, for items that are really rare, I still think this is a good thing. Sure, it's a bit devalued by the current bonus rolls, but it's still okay. Honestly, I can't really judge the world content side because the item level is too low for me. People who only do world content would have to comment on whether the vault is still interesting at this point, or if it's just kind of pointless. But here in Mythic Plus, in my opinion, the thing with the bonus rolls is absolutely obsolete. And that's because only item level 272 drops in there. In the Mythic raid, the vault items are the same item level as the boss drops. That means if you have loot from March on Keldernas, you can get item level 282 items from this. And even that, I think, makes the vault even better, because it lets you skip a few crests if necessary and save them. In the Mythic Plus row, it's always 272 no matter how high you run. And of course, you have to say, at the end of a season, it's always like this in every season, the vault becomes less important. You have your characters, all of whom already have gear. You don't really have many gear slots left that need upgrades. That's completely normal. But I remember, for example, in Shadowlands, those were the times before we had all these item upgrades. Back then, you still got items at max item level. So basically, 272 was the cap. That's why I knew if I got an item for this or that slot, it would be an upgrade for me. Today, with all these upgrades, I know exactly, man, if I get an item now, I first need 50 crests again to upgrade it. If you don't have them or can't upgrade for free, you might not even get an upgrade at all. I think that's something that could and maybe should be improved. And yeah, probably the crucial part is the one with the bonus rolls. Blizzard actually did it. And here I want to say I think bonus rolls are very, very good. Yes, I like them a lot. But in the end, at least in Mythic Plus, you now have 28 bonus rolls that you can burn through one after another. I can roll once after every dungeon. If it's a level 10 key, I get a 272 item. I also know I can't get duplicate items. That means I'll eventually be guaranteed to get the item I want, while you have no guarantees with the vault. And in the end, both drop 272. With the vault, I get a 272 item per week. With bonus rolls, I can theoretically do that 28 times in a single day now. Sure, at the start of the season, or when these bonus rolls are unlocked, you have 2 of them, so it's not that big of a deal then. But at this point, they could also, I don't know, make a few pink elects here, and I don't know, have a Blood Elf stripper flying around them. That wouldn't make much of a difference for a lot of players from a gameplay perspective, because honestly, if you're a Mythic Plus player, anything you get from the vault at this point doesn't really matter anymore. So why should I gamble for this one trinket here that I might be able to use when I know, hey, I have 28 bonus rolls? For example, I'm looking at Skyreach here. I want this trinket, okay? There are now 8 items in my loot pool. I'll run this dungeon a maximum of 8 times. I have the trinket at the same item level. In my opinion, at a certain point in the season, it doesn't make sense anymore to actively fill the vault at all. So, at most for the sockets. And this is exactly where that part comes into play. What I personally would find cool, and this won't happen because Blizzard just buffed the Mythic Raid Vault again, is if even higher item levels dropped from the end bosses. But I would, for example, find it nice if, from the moment the bonus rolls become active, not at the start of the season, the loot in your Mythic Plus Vault increased every 2 key levels. That means 12 keys would then drop 276 instead of 272. 14 keys drop 279. Plus 16s then drop 282. Plus 18s 200, 85. And whoever does 20s gets 289 item level loot. Sure, for many it doesn't make much of a difference anymore because they're already capped out. But I'll put it this way, at a time like now with Elts, where my game basically just consists of having to farm 400 crests, and that's not very exciting, it would be cool if the vault was good enough that I could at least save myself a few crest upgrades if I ran high enough keys. That would be something, but it definitely won't happen. Or point B, that from this point on, they increase the rewards from these token vendors. And I'm not even necessarily saying it has to be from 6 shards, make it 12 or something like that, for all I care. But for example, give me the option to buy Mythic Crests. And not just 10 pieces, but I don't know, give me 40 pieces for 12 cores or something like that. But then at least I would have something, like the feeling that the vault still has some small purpose. Again, it depends on the player, but from personal experience, you usually get these socket upgrades on alts faster than you hit the token cap to upgrade everything to 289. That's why I would personally welcome it, but it will probably never happen. So, yeah, feel free to write your opinion in the comments. What do you think? Are the vaults worthless now? At least after, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 weeks. That's when the whole thing starts. Or do you say, I don't care at all? I'm curious about your opinion. Thanks for watching. See you next time and take care.